also known as Nich Night. Yes, that is legal because Nick is spelled Nich. Oh, your lawyer's watching. Oh yes, you are in for a night of intrigue, mystery, and excitement galore. No, I'm kidding, I just have a little speech I wrote. No guest stars, no, we're not having Preacher Man Nasty on. No, Michael Rosa didn't stop in town for this. No. I wish I thought about that. Those are actually really... Hello. I'm going to apologize now for the introduction. That was something. Welcome to my New Year's Eve special Beak Factor, which I have so handsomely dubbed Nich Night. Thank you for joining me. We'll make it long. I know all of you have great New Year's plans to bring in this new year, 2015. You know, I think 2015 is going to be the year of opportunity. I'm convinced of that. I'm going to talk a little bit about 2015 before going in to all the New Year's-y stuff, you know. With 2015 being a non-election year, you know, not big time, no midterm, you know, nothing really big going on in 2016. But for me, I've got a few decisions of my own to make. I am a junior in high school at Harrison. Now, I'm going to be going into my senior year, and I've got some decisions to make myself. Whether or not I will be seeking president of our student body, which Harrison is an art school, which we would call Arts Council. So I've got some decision making to do about that. As you know, I've been a long-time member of the Florida Federation of Teenage Republicans. I was brought in by my great friend, Amanda Robbins. Amanda, if you're watching this, I owe a lot to you. Thank you so much for being such a dear friend, and I hope the new year treats you well. You know, so I've ran 2 years in a row now to no avail of getting a leadership position on TARS after I was appointed post-2012 election. 2012 I was appointed into the executive committee, and the past 2 years I've failed to win a spot on the board again at our convention, which we usually have in Orlando, the second week of June. And then last year I was very surprised to have been elected onto the school, Harrison's National Honor Society. Great treat. A lot of people were at the induction, and I had the funniest gaffe. We have a speech we read, a little portion about our position and the type of characteristics it takes to be in the National Honor Society. And you know, we're all dressed up. It's a very nice occasion. And me, I don't personally like wearing glasses. You know, I don't think it looks that good when I look at photographs of myself. And I was like, I'm going to try to do this speech without my glasses. So, you know, I have my glasses tucked away in here, and I go to read my speech, and it's literally right here, and I can't see a single word. These glasses are only supposed to be, you know, for far away. I mean, I'm supposed to be nearsighted, but seems as each time the lens gets thicker, my eyes get a little weaker, so I couldn't read it, and I was about to say the first word, I looked down, couldn't read it, and I just kind of sat there. It's really awkward, but funny silence, because you could hear people giggling, and I stop. And I go back for my glasses, and hear this rupture of laughter. Like, oh gosh, here it is, here's Nick Beak doing that thing again he does. And, but once I got my glasses back on, everything was smooth sailing, everyone liked my inflection. You know, I try to keep everything light for such a big ceremony. You can't take everything too seriously, life is only so short. And, you know, as a junior, getting ready to go to college, getting ready to fill out all those scholarships and all those college applications, and it makes you wonder, you know, what are you going to do with your life? Me, I like public service, and I'd like to share with you why I think public service is one of the noblest professions we have today. You know, in politics, regardless of political alliance or lack thereof, government has a piece in what we do in our everyday lives. Whether it's the food you eat, the clothes you wear, the cars you drive, the roads you drive your cars on. Government had some place, whether it was the regulation of the food, you know, whether it was the funding of the roads, or the regulation of the cars, seat belts, airbags, safety things, you know. As small government as I'd like to be, government does have a place in a lot of the facets of our everyday life. And so public policy is a huge part of that. Public service plays one of the biggest roles in every average day American's lives, whether or not they realize it. And that takes a lot of leadership, and leadership begins when you're born. It's shaped by your surroundings, by your environment, by the people at home, people at school, people at your church, or your community center. And it's who you are, I've been taught, when no one is around. That's your character. The other day, I was watching the Amazing Spider-Man 2, really good movie. I didn't have high expectations for it, but it turned out to be a nice little flick. And in it, one of the characters, Gwen Stacy, portrayed by Emma Stone, gives a valedictorian speech. And in that speech, she says, fight for what matters for you, no matter what. Because even if you fall short, what better way is there to live? I'm also reading a book I just got for Christmas called Almost President, The Men Who Lost the Race That Changed the Nation. And, you know, we think of all the presidents we've had, but in every election there was someone else who was just as qualified, sometimes even more qualified, to be the commander-in-chief, who just fell so short. Men like Henry Clay, like Bob Dole, John McCain, Mitt Romney, Dewey, Wilkie, a lot of candidates who were the men of their day. They just fell right there, right at the threshold. And you know, Hillary Clinton, her mantra was shattering the glass ceiling. Sarah Palin in that way was going to shatter that glass ceiling, which is yet to be shattered. And who knows, maybe in 2016 it will be shattered. So politics is never a sure thing. But enough of that. Let's talk about the exciting things of the new year. You know, every year people make silly little resolutions. I'm gonna lose weight. After January 1st, of course. I'm gonna have all my fun New Year's Eve and eat a bunch of food and drink a bunch of things I shouldn't. But that next day, after I wake up at about 2 in the afternoon, I'm gonna get my life together. I think it's the silliest thing. You should work every day to be the best person you can be. In 2015, let's not make up a bunch of bullcrap. Let's make some meaningful changes in our lives. Because I think when the American people pull themselves up from bootstraps, that's when we see the best of who we are. And I believe the best of who we are, and I know most of our presidents have too. Especially, surprise, surprise, I'm going to invoke his name. I know all my friends going, he's going to say the R word, Reagan. Yeah, I have Reagan's sunny optimism too. But I also have George H.W. Bush's socks. It's got the little signature, the little Republican elephant. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So, hope you like that I suited up for you. Hope everyone has a safe New Year's and okay, yeah, so it wasn't really a New Year's Eve spectacular. I was thinking about it going, man, there was a lot of stuff I could have done. Oh well. Happy New Year. And until next time, I'm looking out for you. Bold, unafraid, to the point. Big factor. See you next year.